Ever felt like your darkest fears of being watched were actually true? Well, this powerful documentation pulls back the curtain on life as a targeted individual, where privacy becomes fiction and safety an illusion. This series stands as both documentation and resistance, a refusal to be silenced despite overwhelming odds. So, in my previous episode, I mentioned the term targeted individual, stalking, technology manipulation, among many other things. I wanted to go over some of these terms during this episode. These definitions that I'll be using are pretty neutral. I used AI to basically inquire about the different neutral definitions that are out there. However, there are different schools of thought when it comes to these terms, especially the term targeted individual, or also known as TI. These individuals are often dismissed as mentally ill or psychologically unstable. Most of the articles that I came across when I searched under it, they were pretty dismissive about what these individuals were actually experiencing. Now, I can't attest or speak to anyone else's experience but mine. However, I can lean on and appreciate how some of these term definitions clearly define what I'm actually going through at this point in time. So, let's explore these terms a bit. The first term I would like to look into is the targeted individual term, but before we look at the term itself, let's look at the term target. The word target. Target is synonymous to a mark. I personally believe that this could be a spiritual mark or a natural mark, an aim, a focus, an object, a scapegoat, a victim, and it even states that it is as an object of ridicule. So that's what my thesaurus has. These are some of the synonyms that jumped out at me when I looked the word target up. Now, what exactly is a targeted individual? So let's just think about this. What if the people that were around you, whether it be your coworkers, neighbors, even strangers, weren't just ignoring you, but they were actually part of something bigger, something that was coordinated, something designed to isolate, discredit, and basically destabilize you? So, a targeted individual, by definition, is someone who identifies themselves as being the subject of deliberate, coordinated harassment, surveillance, or psychological manipulation, often through covert means such as social engineering, technology interference, or organized group behavior. The term does not inherently specify the perpetrator, which may range from government entities to private organizations, criminal networks, or informal social groups. So now let's look into the term, some of the other terms. Gang stalking. Gang stalking is defined as a form of organized harassment involving multiple individuals acting in concert to surveil, intimidate, or destabilize a target. Mobbing. Mobbing is another term that's used when there's a lot of individuals basically stalking you, and that's defined as psychological abuse or bullying by a group, often in workplaces or communities, aimed at isolating or discrediting an individual. And then the last definition that I'll go over during this episode would be tech manipulation. And tech manipulation is the use of digital tools, examples such as hacking, EMF interference, AI-driven surveillance to basically disrupt or monitor a person's life. Now, I believe that I've experienced every single aspect of these definitions in terms that I've gone through in this episode. I've basically experienced, being a targeted individual. I've experienced gang stalking, mobbing, and definitely tech manipulation. I believe, at least to the best of my knowledge, I think this all started with tech manipulation. I have one more term that I wanted to go over, which is psychological campaigns. So that actually goes hand in hand with, the stalking and the mobbing. So it's basically psychological abuse, and it's basically long-term efforts to gaslight, discredit, or mentally destabilize a person through social and emotional manipulation. And that was the last term. So yes, I've definitely experienced that as well. Basically digitally, in person, with strangers, people that I don't even know. These few episodes, the first few episodes, are just introductions into what I've been going through in my experience, but I will actually be going through actual examples of what I've experienced in the past few years. And I'll be going into more detail and probably doing slightly longer recordings. I think I would like to keep the recording short so that it's just easy to listen to, and then I can split different topics up that way. So once again, thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for listening to the Dire-Rie of a Sane Black Woman. Once again, I'm your host, Marie. We're available on all major podcast platforms. Check out YouTube for the visual experience, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next episode.